Hey guys!
Hi!
You're listening to Not As We Planned, so get ready for honest, raw, unfiltered, unhinged story,
Where we share our advice, opinions,
and talk about all the shit that people avoid discussing. We want to point out we are not qualified professionals, although I feel like I am one.
and what we say is the advice we would give to our besties.
Hi guys, welcome back to Not As We Planned. We hope that you're having a lovely week. I have absolutely nothing to say for my week. I'm really fun.
Some self-reflection.
What am I doing?
But I want you to pick something crazy for the next week.
Like what?
Bungee jump.
A bungee jump.
Would you ever do one?
I'd rather jump out of a plane.
I've done a bungee jump and I've jumped out of a plane.
I would jump out of a plane.
Okay, right, I'm going to book that. We're going to book it on business.
Where?
Should we do that?
I would do that.
I would do that.
Okay, where?
Cool, fantastic. I'll have a look into it. Don't know why I've just thrown that out there. That is how my brain works. Welcome to Collie's mind.
No, I'm just trying to think if there's anything worth mentioning. It's not that I'm boring. It's just that like no one wants
have
to
no
hear.
life.
No one wants to hear like, oh, so what did you do this week? Well, I
Did my food shop.
Yeah, and I did some work and I went out for dinner with my boyfriend. Like it's hardly mind blowing information. Do you know what I mean?
Mine's not riveting.
Well, it better be now.
I can make something up.
Go on.
No, I had a girls' night out on Saturday.
Oh, you're going to tell everyone about the swingers house you went to?
That did not happen. Like, you know what?
that would be fun.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. No, we went out. We were doing a day in London. We always start with food because we base like our lives around good food. There was this pub we wanted to go to for a while. We started there. We did a bit of like a pub crawl. It was a different vibe to what we normally do. Like, I feel like with my girls, we usually go to like bars and clubs and nice restaurants. But we did like bar crawl. Girls, if you were looking to meet men in London, go to the pubs, not the bars.
Really?
It was cockfest.
Like,
Like,
yeah,
honestly,
I'm not surprised in a pub, but is it really the type of calibre?
No,
that
but
you're
it
looking
wasn't
for?
like chavvy pub. It was classy pub. So we were like around like Notting Hill area. Girls, just trust me. If you want to meet people in the wild, there were so many men like out.
Whenever you say that phrase in the wild, I just automatically go to Mean Girls. You know,
Yeah,
they all
that's
turn
it.
into animals.
yeah. Not that. Yeah, nothing to report. My friend did get asked on a date though.
That's nice.
And then we headed back into Essex because our friend who was back at home didn't want to come into London. So we were like, oh, we'll go to Essex. And then like we ended up being out for 12 hours. I don't know how we didn't keel over and die. And then someone was giving me tequila. But yeah, other than that, nothing massive to report. I have spoken about it on Patreon. I will just give you like a brief update. But we're currently back to just not dating. And we've got off Essex men.
Yeah, say no to Essex men.
Say no to Essex men. And yeah, I don't know, I'm just very much like I have mentioned on Patreon. So if you want to hear like the actual goss, go on there. But I'm so busy at the moment. I feel like up to Christmas, there's just so much going on. Like I have been asked on a date. Like I won't lie, and I think it's in 3 weeks' time, if it even makes it to that, because I don't physically have the time to kiss someone at the moment. So, sorry guys.
Sorry, did you just say I don't have the time to kiss someone at the moment?
To give someone at the
moment. I thought you said to kiss someone. I was like, okay.
It takes 2 seconds, Carly. No,
Do you know what though? You say that. Like I remember when I started talking to my boyfriend, I intentionally put the date in. No, we met before my holiday. But I intentionally put a date in a few weeks away to see if it was worth, because I was unsure if I was like ready
I'd like
yet.
it to be like a couple of weeks, but like it's just awkward. Like, so the guy who has asked me on a date, it's my birthday next week. Then the next actual kid-free weekend I've got is his birthday weekend. And
oh, cute! Next year we'll have a joint.
No. And so, like, yeah, it's just, like, really difficult, but it is what it is. And I'm a big believer, like, it's really interesting, like, will it fizzle out, will it not? It doesn't really matter, but I think actually sometimes not having something in the diary for a while is good to filter out people who just aren't the right people.
That's what I mean. I remember I used to say to myself, like, if he's worth it, the chat won't fizzle out.
I agree.
So, watch your space, eh?
No, I'm very... one thing I have learnt this time around with dating is I'm very good at taking a step back and literally There's zero pressure for me. I also do, if I do meet someone I like, I do want to take it slowly. Like, I think I will. I think I've changed a lot in terms of like how I would date someone now, because I have also noticed, I have been called out on it a bit. Like, I've turned into a bit of an ice queen, which isn't great. But like, I'm quite guarded.
The right person will melt you.
Yeah, thaw my heart.
What would you do if you went on the apps and saw your ex-boyfriend on there?
I won't, because you can put a thing on where you put their phone number in, and because your account's linked to your phone number, and you can put like, don't show this person or block or something.
Oh, and you've done that.
Of course I have. You
I didn't
protect
know,
yourself.
I didn't know that was
though.
a thing.
It's a thing. So yeah, this is always one of my fears going back on the apps. Not that I have any feelings towards him anymore, but it would trigger something in you, seeing someone you
100%.
dated. So even like the guy I was seeing in the summer, I've put his number in. I don't want
I
to see
didn't
him
know that
come
was.
up.
Is that on Hinge or Bumble?
Both.
I didn't know that was a thing.
You can do it on both. So yeah, if you do know you have exes and you're putting yourself back on the apps and you don't want to see what they're doing, or you don't want to, you know, I was thinking like the worst thing I could see is like, oh cool, they've used a picture that I fucking took of them. Like, yeah. So it's just, for me, you protect your energy.
I remember
Protect
when
your
I
energy.
saw my ex-husband on something and he'd
Cut you
edited out his ring.
I thought you were going to say he cropped out your face.
No, my ex-boyfriend did that.
There are some people who actually like literally put their wedding pictures.
My ex edited out his ring. You can see his finger is blurry. And then my ex-boyfriend used a photo that I'm in and I'm just cropped out of it.
Shut.
Yeah.
I don't actually think I
think that was his
did
main
think that I
picture.
was going to end up using like a load of pictures my ex-boyfriend took of me, because he used to take some fucking great pictures of me.
Yeah, but I feel
But
like
actually
that's
they're all
different.
recent now.
Fair.
That was a couple, like that was years ago now. So now they actually are all not from him, and they're all from the last 6 months. They're probably better.
Yeah, for
So-
sure. So actually, before
I was
we
gonna
go
do
into
the question- do the
emails,
question
yeah,
box,
before
yeah.
we go into emails, we put up a little question box the other day. And this was, what's the biggest lie that you told yourself to stay in a relationship? I'm sure we've all been there. I'm very guilty of that. So we thought we'd share
Biggest
some of
lie
the
I've
responses.
ever.
I was going to say,
what's
what,
yours?
you go first. What's the biggest lie you ever told yourself to stay in a relationship?
That I am a psycho.
Oh, really?
I convinced myself I was unreasonable, psychotic, asking too much, and that obviously, like, they loved me. What about you?
God, I've got a long list. What's the biggest lie I told myself? Probably, this is probably quite a common one, but probably just that this is normal.
Oh, yeah,
Everyone
that
probably
too.
experiences
That.
this. No one's really that happy.
This is what marriage
And
is really
this is what
like.
it's meant to be
Yeah,
like, and
same.
you take the good with the bad kind of thing.
Yeah.
I
also-
convinced myself that it was normal.
Yeah, same. Okay, let's get into your ones.
Okay,
guys. Before
right.
Me and Tash put ourselves in difficult situations.
Okay, let's go from the bottom.
Starting from the bottom, now we're here.
Oh, I bet you this is a really common one, that he'll change once the baby's here.
Oh,
Yeah.
Just that they'll change.
Just, I think that a lot of us, you know, try and make that family unit to make it better. Like, oh, the baby will help. But
Baby
actually,
will fix everything.
to be honest, I sort of did that. I remember I fell pregnant so quickly with Rome that I convinced myself that fate was telling me that we were going to be okay. We weren't.
Lol.
Lolzers.
Lol, what fate?
That he was just depressed, and if I hung around long enough, he'd be interested in me again. Someone put, it will get better, that he will change, doing it for the children. They'll change for the better, that he wouldn't cheat again. That the affair was over, and I knew deep down it wasn't. He'll change, haha, will he fuck?
Lol.
He just needs more time. Something must be wrong with me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's a you problem.
Yeah. Love is enough. That's a big one. I think that actually for a long time, probably in my first relationship after
Yeah,
my
I feel
marriage,
that too.
I
Same.
tried to convince myself.
Same. We always told ourselves that, like my ex-boyfriend used to say to me, we love each other. There's always a way. There's always a way. Guys, it's always a way.
Love really isn't
It's not
enough.
enough. Sorry to put it down on your day today, guys.
Becoming a dad will change him. I can change him. He won't do it again. I can't do it on my own.
You can, babe.
For better or for worse meant settling for utter dog shit behaviour, and it really doesn't.
This is like, for me, probably one of the biggest lies I told myself was, you're married, you've committed to the good times and the bad. You can't just wiggle your way out when things get bad.
Yeah.
Actually, that's not true. It's just a bit of paper.
Yeah.
Not to disrespect what marriage is or anything, but like, don't ever be treated with no respect just because you're married.
Yeah,
That
no,
doesn't
I
tie
agree.
you into life. If they treat you with constant disrespect, that's not a reason to stay.
But he meant every time he said he would change and would never hurt me again.
Well,
I love him. And then they put a laughing emoji. If I work harder, he'll recognise my worth.
it's sad that we feel like we have to try and prove ourselves.
It was a one-off. He didn't mean to hurt me. He won't do it again. He still loves me under all of it, and it will eventually get better. Too old to start again. He will change. The truth is, they never change. My needs didn't matter since he was a good person, i.e. stable job, kind and faithful. Though I was deeply unhappy and we lacked intimacy. Oh, this one makes me sad. He'll never hit me again.
Oh, don't. Actually makes it feel funny.
It's better than a broken family. We are 100% happier, me and my little girl now. Him saying he didn't believe in monogamy didn't mean he would cheat, but he already did. And yeah, the rest are all very similar, but I think it's eye-opening when we share stuff like that when you believe that you're going through this and no one else understands.
We're all going for a rip.
So many people are going through it.
Oh, I was in Tesco the other day and was just walking out and this lady came up to him, gave me the biggest cuddle.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and she was like, I just think you're amazing, everything you guys do.
That's
It's just
cute.
so lovely. I've had a couple of that recently, bumping into people and coming up to me and being like, your podcast is everything. And it's just, it is really nice to feel like it's those unspoken words that I know we didn't get when we were going through things, but it is so isolating. You genuinely do think you're going through everything on your own and you're the only person to ever experience it and no one will get it. But I really hope, like, when we share these emails and we share our own experiences and where we are now, it gives you some kind of hope that, like, it's that voice that you needed to hear.
Yeah, and I also think that if you are listening to this right now, if you can just think of one person that may not know about the podcast that would gain something from it, share it, because I think it is really nice knowing that it's making a difference to someone. I think sometimes we forget when we're just sitting on the sofa reading these emails, the amount of people that actually are listening and how many people it's actually helping.
It's wild to think about. Okay. Will anybody love this body again? Hi both. First of all, thank you for this incredible podcast and making me feel so much less alone. I wanted to reach out to share my story and ask for your advice on rebuilding body confidence after a marriage breakdown. Since my daughter was born in summer 2024, my husband began to distance himself, working long hours, 6 days a week, and choosing work over family time. I was left to navigate postpartum depression and solo parenting mostly alone. When I asked for his support, he told me I was too much to deal with, and instead focused his energy on helping a young woman from work.
Like, what? Like, how does that make any sense?
Who was anxious.
Oh, baby.
Like, if you had that same compassion towards the person you married and just had a child with, I just don't understand it. Every time I had brought this girl up as suspicious, he told me I was overthinking, hormonal, and that he would never cheat on me. Taylor's old as time.
I hate when they say hormonal. Who are you to fucking comment?
Spice didn't call her psycho. I thought I'd lost my mind. In August 2025, God, this is recent.
Yeah.
He told me out of the blue that he no longer loved me and couldn't be with me anymore as he felt he was living a lie. A month later, I found out he'd be cheating on me with the girl from work.
Another one.
She was nearly 10 years younger than him that he managed. I got the closure I needed after finding evidence of the cheating when I logged onto my laptop we both hadn't used for a while, which automatically connected to his phone.
For fuck's sake.
Discovering their messages was devastating, and they dated back from when my daughter was 9 months old and I was in the thick of it. When confronted, he claimed she was irrelevant and blamed me for not meeting his needs, even though I was 9 months postpartum and struggling. He was never going to tell me about her. They never do. They never plan. I don't think many of them do it and plan for it to ever be exposed, and they think it's just going to fizzle out and they'll go back to their life. Like, yeah, they don't think about the consequences. I think like they might have something wrong with their brain. He was never going to tell me about her. He was trying to look like the good guy, acting like the split was just us growing apart and that he was doing me a favour. Not that he had been lying to me and gaslighting me all of our daughter's life. Since then, I've wrestled with feelings of rejection and self-doubt. Why her and not me? Was I not enough? He later admitted he hadn't found me attractive since our daughter was born, saying he avoided intimacy. It really fucks me off, this, right? Yeah. So you impregnated me. You're aware of what happens when a female has a baby. They have to grow said baby. Body expands to accommodate said baby. And it takes a while for that body to come back. And even if it's not going to go back to what it was, because weirdly, physiologically, things shift, things move, things stretch. And actually also our priorities go elsewhere. And also our hormones go elsewhere. And also we have a million other things. And most of the time we're the fucking parent doing everything. And you just expect everything to go back and for us to be fucking amazing and serve you dinner. Sorry. But do you know what I mean?
Yeah, just the fact that he's just like, I don't find you attractive
I don't find you attractive anymore.
You
twat.
Yeah.
No, it fucks me off. Women have all this pressure to like have the baby, to, you know, be the homemaker, to be
look
this
after the
perfect,
child.
no, but to be this perfect housewife at home who's all put together and happy all the time and a doting wife and partner. Like, it's not that simple when you have kids and you are the default parent. It's really
I feel
not.
like men probably have this like fantasy that they go to work, they come back, dinner's on the table, they get a blowjob and then they go to bed.
Literally. And but meanwhile the wife's put together and in like
an apron with her
sexy underwear and heels on. Like, honey, like wake the fuck up. But like also the absolute audacity. Oh my God, I've got goss to tell you. The audacity that men are like, oh, she, you know, physically I'm not attracted to you anymore. Like, have you seen your fucking gut?
And your saggy balls.
Now I'm left feeling like my postpartum body was to blame for this change of heart.
Oh, no.
No, he is to fucking blame.
Yeah.
I'm terrified that no one will ever find me attractive again, or that I'll be too scared to let anyone close. I love my body for giving me my daughter, and I'm struggling to believe anyone else could love it too. I'm not ready to move on yet. I know there's still healing to do, but I'd love your advice and experiences on finding body confidence and self-worth again after betrayal and motherhood. All the best. P.S. I'm hoping my soon-to-be ex-husband is enjoying his sleepovers in his mistress's bunk bed, as she's in her early 20s and still lives with her parents.
Stop it. That is so fucking icky. Can I say, it's like anything that we've explained before. Like, can we sometimes park our situation, and I've done this in the past, and almost put yourself in someone else's shoes and imagine that a friend of yours is going through what you're going through, and imagine what advice you would give to them. So let's hypothetically say that I was in a relationship and then my partner cheated on me with another woman, and he pretty much said like, she's prettier than me and he doesn't find me attractive anymore. Obviously, automatically I'm going to be like, oh my God, I'm so disgusting, I'm so ugly, how is anyone ever going to love me again? I want to understand, what would you say to me? Because the likelihood is you would turn around and say to me, do not listen to him, he is throwing excuses at you, this is a him problem, this isn't you, you're absolutely beautiful, someone else is going to find you beautiful, and you don't need him to give you that affirmation as to the fact that he thinks that you're the most beautiful person in the world. Like, this isn't about your body. He didn't leave you because of the state of your body or however it looks after you had a baby. He is using that as an excuse to allow him to feel like he's got some sort of validation to do what he has done to you. He's turning it around and putting it on your appearance. Like, first of all, what an absolute fucking animal. Like, you are still the mother of his child. Like, God forbid, I don't know if you've got a son or daughter, but God forbid that a man ever treats his daughter the way that he has treated you. That's also what sometimes blows my mind, is when these men have daughters.
Yeah, I know.
It's like, how are you ever going to manage or cope with the day that your daughter comes to you crying, being like, this boy did this to me, knowing that you fucking did that to their mum? It's wild to me. I need you to separate what he has said to your thought process on how you're portraying yourself and your body. This is not about you. Just like it wouldn't be about your friend or me if I explained your story to you as it was my story. So I really feel like you need to, like you said, you've got work you need to do, you've got healing you need to do. I think that you should get our journal. I think that you really need to start processing the breakup, take this man off the pedestal that I think that he is probably placed on, and realise that this isn't a you problem.
I agree. No, what I was going to say is, as well, I'd like to say normal, but a good man will understand the changes that a female body goes through when you have a baby and the postpartum period, and want to support you in that, and want to make you feel beautiful and want to make you feel sexy. And can we just normalise how common it is for women to feel insecure about their body postpartum? I don't think enough people talk about that, looking in the mirror and not recognising your body and it feeling different and looking different. And you know, it's not just the physiological side of it, but you've also got, like, you know, you have got the hormones, you're juggling everything, you're exhausted, you're tired, it's everything, and it's often all on the woman. And please just know, like, there will be a point in your life where you will feel better about that. That comes with time. Like, give yourself that, like, cut yourself the slack that you're not expected to just spring back. And actually what he's probably going to have to witness is the fucking glow up of the century. Like, sometimes it is breaking away from these really awful people that actually makes us want to, not that I'm saying you're not taking care of yourself, but being like, you know, obviously,
you're going to start pouring into yourself.
Yeah, because now you're going to have some time most likely away from your child. Start to pour into yourself, start to nurture yourself, start to do the things that are going to make you feel better mentally, physically, you know, maybe some kind of exercise. It gets the endorphins flowing. That's going to make you feel good as well, like from the inside out. Things like eating better, fueling yourself better. Again, it's going to give you the energy you need, all those kind of things. And that will happen with time, in its own time. Like, you were so early postpartum, and for someone to use that against you, something that is so natural, it's nature.
What's he going to do when his child woman has a baby?
I always think this about certain situations, that, like, when men cheat on people and they go with someone younger, and then because they're looking for something, and then, oh, what happens when they have a baby?
Yeah.
What, are you going to leave them and then go for someone younger?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? Like, it's physiological. They're going to weirdly gain weight too.
Reality is going to hit when, you know, the young trophy that he thinks that he's got gets pregnant, and then her hormones go all over the place and she's not feeling very confident.
She's not looking after herself.
And then he'll probably realise, oh shit, I actually had
He
that
won't know.
before.
He won't realise that. He'll just move on to the next one.
Whatever, he's probably fugly anyway.
With a receding hairline.
Gut. Together for 20 years, but debt and cheating destroyed my trust. I've never dated anyone else. Help. Hi girls, I'm a relatively new listener as I only separated from my husband a few months ago. I found your podcast and social a real lifeline, so thank you.
Aww.
All of my friends and family are married, in relationships, so it's incredibly comforting to listen to two women who truly understand, and I'm truly and utterly heartbroken. I met my husband when I was 17. He was 20 years old, and I was in a relationship with him for 20 years.
Wow.
Married for 8. I remember seeing him for the first time and being instantly attracted to him. I had a real teenage crush. We started dating and gradually and quite naturally moved through each life moment together, from moving in together to buying our first house, getting married, and then going on to have 3 incredible children. I would say we were happy, but having 3 children in a short time period put a strain on our relationship, and ultimately something shifted after the birth of our second child. He felt neglected, and I was focused on adjusting to life with a toddler and a newborn. I would always say that we were in the trenches of having young children, and if I'm being honest, I probably did put our relationship on the back burner during that time. However, I never felt like our relationship was in trouble or had any concerns. After the surprise arrival of our 3rd child, everything changed. Can I quickly just point out, I feel like we spoke about that probably more so way back, like right at the beginning of when we started. Do you remember how we even sort of self-reflected ourselves and like what would we have changed in our marriage? And sometimes I feel like it's interesting because I do get approached by a lot of like happily married people that listen to our podcast, and they say things like, I really appreciate listening to things and really learning about actually what I should appreciate, what I should do, because you know, although we can sit here and safely say like the people that we were married to are the reasons why we're no longer married, there's absolutely things that I would do differently next time in a marriage. And I think we do,
or even if I had another baby,
we do get so caught up in, you know, the partner not being the priority anymore. And it's, you know, it's the first time for all of us doing this, and it's trying to like navigate it. So everything that you have just written, I think, is probably really relatable to most people. In January of this year, I found out that he had run up thousands of pounds worth of debt. I stayed and helped him work through a plan to get us back on track. He couldn't tell me why he had been spending, but admitted gambling, which seemed completely out of character. But we fixed it, and I thought we were stronger together. Looking back, I should have pushed more to find out the reasons for this behaviour. Fast forward to March, and he left me. One day he turned around and said that he didn't love me and left. I begged for him to come home and was obviously shattered. He did come back, and we agreed to try and work to fix us. But his mood was snappy, shut off, and he was pulling away. My gut was telling me that something was going on, but it took me 6 months for me to find the courage to listen to it. In August, I checked his phone and found that he had downloaded dating apps during the March separation. I was so angry with him. I was utterly broken in the March, but he had been on dating apps to see what was out there.
Of course they do.
I forgave him, and looking back, I think I did this to keep my family together. I honestly thought being a family was better for my children, even though my trust was completely broken. By September, I was checking his phone regularly and acting in a way which wasn't myself. It was during this time I found an old Facebook Messenger conversation between him and another woman that I didn't know he dated back in February this year. I confronted him straight away, and he admitted to talking to her as a mutual friend had introduced them. Apparently she was also struggling in her relationship. Through some digging, which included messaging the woman and our mutual friend, I found out that he had kissed this woman at a concert. Oh, hope it wasn't Coldplay. I bought him the concert tickets for his birthday, and it had been Valentine's Day. I knew it was all over, and I told him to leave. I knew I could never trust him again. Not only had he kissed her at the concert, he had actively pursued her via Messenger afterwards. From the kiss on Valentine's Day, right through to March when he returned home after our first separation. He said it was just a kiss, but the messages were sickening. They spoke sexually and intimately about our relationship. I believed that he had had the opportunity, he would have had a full-blown affair with her, and I felt completely betrayed. Sure. It's been 3 months, and as we have 3 young children, we are still trying to positively co-parent. He's currently back living with his parents, so the children are with me 100% of the time, with him coming for tea, bath and bed most nights and taking them on a Saturday. In between work, school runs and childminders, I feel like I have everything managed okay, but I'm incredibly lonely, heartbroken and just destroyed by this. I've only ever known being with my ex, and I don't know how to be alone. I have incredible friends and family, but at night when the children are asleep, I'm desperately lonely. I don't know how I'll ever trust myself, as I ignored so many red flags whilst trying to keep my family together. I know I need to work on being on my own and have booked my first counselling session for support. Writing this has been cathartic, so thank you. Please keep me anonymous to protect my friends and family. Thank you so much. Can I just say, like, I think it's so great that first of all you wrote in. I can imagine really therapeutic. You're starting therapy. I would be getting our journal, but it's really interesting that instead of you saying, I'm worried I'm never going to trust anyone again, you've gone and said that you're worried that you won't trust yourself because you ignored so many red flags. I think that it's so normal when you're in it and you've been with someone for 20 years, you don't want to see them. Like, you don't want to believe that this feeling that you're getting in your stomach or the things that they're sort of showing you, like, it's so easy to block it out. Like, I'm guilty of it. I'm sure so many people listening are so guilty of ignoring those red flags. We've spoken about it so many times. People have emailed in the red flags that they ignored. Like, I don't think it's about being worried that you're not going to trust yourself. It's making sure that you do enough work that you're not going to enter into anything else until you trust yourself. Because I actually think it's more powerful where your worry is the trust of yourself rather than the trust of other people. Because when you put trust in other people, that's out of your control. You have the control to do enough work in yourself to, know what you're going to allow and not allow moving forward. So actually, if anything, take it as a positive that the thing that you're most worried about is something that you have control over. And I actually think that that's really powerful. And I think that the more work you do on yourself, the more sure you're going to be that you're not ever going to ignore the red flags again, because you're not going to want to put yourself through what you've been through before. 20 years is a long time. Like, cut yourself some slack, give yourself some grace, and grieve, because it's fucking difficult being with someone for that long, them betraying you, and then realizing that you're on your own. Like, it's a hard place to be, and it is lonely. And I really relate when you say, like, once you put your kids to sleep and then it's that, like, silence, it's once the supportive friends have sort of been there for you and then they get on with their lives and people sort of forget, like, that you are on your own.
But
and
that's the important part, right?
Yeah.
That part when you are alone in your evenings and it feels uncomfortable. I cannot express to you enough how important it is for you to sit in that uncomfortable feeling. That is the thing that is going to propel you forwards in your healing. That is the thing that you're going to look back on and be like, I'm so grateful for that. I think there is such we get such a feeling when we feel any kind of discomfort to try and fix something, to try and get rid of it, to try and distract, to try and make it go away. But one thing I've really learned on my journey is sitting through those uncomfortable feelings are the things that are going to accelerate your healing. They are the things, like, because I feel like I put a plaster on that aspect of it, got into a relationship really quickly, so I never really felt that until I went through my breakup at the start of the year. And I knew it was uncomfortable. And I remember sitting in it, like, I didn't distract myself on any apps. I didn't book plans every weekend. I remember purposely being like, I've got a full kid-free weekend. I am spending it on my own. I want to feel uncomfortable. And honestly, I genuinely believe that had such a big part of the reason I healed in the way I did, because I wasn't scared of those uncomfortable experiences. Not that I wasn't scared of being on my own, but I knew I had to get comfortable with the uncomfortable. And I'm sitting here from a place 11 months down the line saying to you, like, yesterday I spent completely on my own and I didn't once feel lonely. I enjoyed my time on my own. I was sitting on the sofa thinking, this is absolutely glorious. There's no one here causing me, anxiety. I'm not worried about, what someone's doing. I'm very at peace, and I'm not special. Like, you will get to that point, and I think everyone listening to this who has experienced having someone there every day to then completely being on their own, and even more so as a single parent, and particularly when your kids are younger, I think that's obviously really hard because they do go to bed earlier. But also, like, I find, not that I look forward to it, but sometimes after the chaos of a busy week and a stressful day, I do look forward to that time on my own now. And I promise you will get there too. Like, I used to, you know, always have to be working or always cleaning. I was too afraid to like just sit in that stillness and that silence.
Where you start thinking.
Yeah, where your brain starts ruminating and all you're craving is that company and that connection. But once you get comfortable with the uncomfortable and get comfortable with your own company, you're going to be at peace. And being at peace is the most incredible feeling in the world. Like, you realize it's not about, like, not in a big-headed way, but if I wanted to be in a relationship, I could be in a relationship. It would be with the wrong person. So for me, I'd much rather be on my own, in my own company, in silence, in my own house, than be with someone for the sake of being with someone. And I really am encouraging you to just sit in that discomfort, push through it, because I promise you, this time next year, you're going to look back and be like, I'm so glad I did that, and look how far I've come.
Absolutely. Please keep us updated.
Cheating story. Hi girls, I came across your podcast early into my single mama journey, and it definitely really helped me to not feel alone. I wanted to share my story, to not really ask advice, but more so other women not to feel alone. Me and my ex-partner had been together for 7 years. The relationship was always generally happy, but he was a bit of a liar. Can we just also say, if they're a bit of a liar, they are just a liar? Yeah. Not like, you can't just, he's a little bit of a liar. Like, he's a full-blown fucking liar. Sorry. However, I always trusted him when it came to other women, as he generally seemed to love me, and everyone, including his friends, said it was different with me. In 2023, we had our first son. Everything was fine, but he had started working away a lot because we were trying to build up the funds for us to be able to buy a house. However, he was doing this as a leak detection engineer, so via a van. The working away got more and more once our son was born, and I never really thought anything of it, as I trusted him. Then fast forward to February 2025, our daughter was born. We were arguing quite a bit because we were trying to purchase a house. I had lots of opinions of what I liked and what I didn't like, so it had to tick a lot of boxes for me because I was investing all my money into this property. Rightly so. He wasn't investing any, just his income was going towards the loan amount. I then started to notice a change of demeanour, and I picked up on it. We had our house accepted. I thought I just need to look at his phone, as also around this time, due to us having Life 360, I noticed some odd movements. So that's like...
So Life 360 is on... It's like Find My Friends.
But on Android?
I've had Life 360, yeah.
So it's basically Find My Friends, right?
Yeah.
I noticed some odd movements from going to the office and booking a hotel opposite the office that didn't add up. So I did look at his phone, and there were messages from another woman from work.
Another one.
Do you know what? I've got to be honest. This is just really, really not doing me very good today. I just feel like I need my boyfriend to retire.
How's that pension going, James?
Oh, literally. Like, it does screw with your head, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And I feel like...
it does make me feel like I just want to be single forever.
I've got to be honest. Like, I feel like if I ever come in on a day and do the podcast where I'm not like, I don't know, really positive, and I'm, you know, if you've had like a hard week or like I'm tired or something, like...
This
is just slowly pushing me off a fucking cliff.
Yeah.
Poor boyfriend's going to get the brunt of it later.
Like, it's interesting because I remember filming episodes of the podcast when I was in a relationship and really feeling like the heaviness. Yeah, and the heaviness after we used to record. And I'm not rubbing it in at all. I don't feel that at the moment, but that's obviously because I'm not put my trust. But I wonder if this is what is making me into an ice queen bitch. So.
Yeah, like, you know, don't get me wrong, I absolutely love doing this. I love it. But
by the way, guys, we're signing out.
You know, when people obviously like therapists have therapy, because it's quite a lot to take on other people's stuff.
We need to write into another podcast.
But do you know what I was actually thinking? Imagine if I ever wrote in. I sometimes think about writing in to the podcast anonymously.
We should so do that. Listen out, guys.
Yeah, but work. Cool. Another one. Carry on.
Where was I? He denied there was anything sexual involved. What, with the hotel mate?
Yeah.
However,
what are you doing, playing Monopoly?
However, due to his movements, I just didn't believe him. So I called the work. I spoke to the girl. Wait. She said nothing happened, but he did pick her up and took her to McDonald's and Tesco.
Meal deal.
And got Easter eggs for me, my family and our children. And then due to a text from me, which she was unaware of, he panicked and took her home. During this time, he asked to kiss her and did ask to go to the hotel previously, which she didn't. He also failed to disclose to her he had a partner and children. I kicked him out straight away as I was so disrespected. We did try to rebuild, but I kept finding out other situations along the way, e.g. strippers, fake account on Telegram, drugs, lies after lies. I had this feeling about Christmas 2024 time where he said he went out with his work and he got a hotel and he went back to this early, which was very out of character for him because he was a big drinker. So I thought I'd back him into a corner with saying I knew something to see if he would admit it, as he was trying to be honest at the time and we were having therapy. And he told me the girl's name, but that it was only a kiss. I kicked him out due to finding out he had cheated on me when I was pregnant, and my intuition knew it. Thinking back to all the things he said around that time to make me feel as though I was crazy. So I messaged her, the other woman from work, and she said that she'd been...
What? What? No, what?
Oh my God, I just wasn't expecting this.
Oh no.
Oh my God.
What?
So, okay.
You're annoying me now.
I know. She'd been in a relationship for 8 months. He'd taken her to work. They hadn't seen each other loads, but had done bits other than sex, apparently. However, unsure that's true, and she was told he had a son and we had a good co-parenting relationship, but she wasn't aware we were together or were pregnant during this time. During this time, we'd been on holidays where he told the hotel he was going to propose, which was a lie. He told her his nan and uncle died, which was a lie. He sent her photos of the houses we were buying together. He offered to pay for an Uber to my flat when I was pregnant and at my mum's for our son, saying he missed us and wanted to know when I was coming home. There was apparently another woman in between from the office.
Another one.
Which he also has no reason to go to because he works from his van. All these women were early to mid-20s and he's 28. They all never really had a boyfriend before, so it was almost like he's groomed them and he's lied to them. Happy to have a call with you for more details or even come on the pod to discuss this, as I think women need to be more aware of not only men that cheat, but also the way they can come across as such nice people and manipulate you into believing that they're something they aren't. All the best.
So he was in a full-blown relationship for 8 months with someone else.
Other people, yeah.
I mean,
it's
let's be
scary when
honest.
people live a double life.
Yeah. And it seems to be really easily done. But like, do you think it's easily done because the person that they're with is happy to, not happy, that's probably the wrong word, but is enabling it because they're ignoring signs?
Yeah, and because we're so blindsided by love. Because we often, when we're in those kind of relationships, we fantasize about the person they could be, the person they maybe once were. We fantasize and romanticize the life we think we're going to have or we have the potential to have. And we often don't want to see what is right fucking in front of us. Like, I genuinely believe we all get gut feelings when something's wrong. And so many of us ignore it and we don't want to believe it and we push it and push it down. We push it down. We push it down. And some of us are better at doing that than others because we don't want to face the reality. And I don't think we should be blaming ourselves. Like, let's actually hold these men accountable. Like, no one should be treated in the way that these people are treating us. And I think what a fucking relief that you found out what you had. Like, he's blindsided you, had kids with you, and he's fucked off to other women, telling them, I'm sorry, even to tell someone like a family member has died when they haven't is
So
absolutely
weird.
vile. So like, lucky fucking escape. Like, I'm really sorry you obviously have to co-parent with this man, but it does blow my mind, and it does definitely trigger me, like the whole work thing, because I know we obviously started it as a joke because we started to get all these emails in, but it is terrifying.
I know.
terrifying.
Do you know what? On a brighter note, at least the silver lining is these men are just setting the bar so fucking low that you can only go up.
Did you see Vogue like released a statement saying
it's embarrassing to have a boyfriend.
Like, maybe we just need to channel that energy. Sorry, Tash.
I'm so embarrassed.
So embarrassed. Like, it was a really interesting article, actually, if you haven't read it yet.
I haven't read it. I need to read it.
It's interesting. I think just women are just becoming more empowered to not
need a man.
Yeah, and settle
the men
for settle for absolute shit breadcrumbs.
Yeah, so the men need to really up their game in order for it to even be like worth it.
Product of the week. I've gone kid friendly because it's nearly empty actually. So when I've been looking for vitamins for my kids, loads of them on the market are full of shit and sugar and shit. And if you follow me on Instagram, you'll know I am like 80% organic in my house. I'm very conscious about additives and shit that goes into my kids, and where I can, like, obviously I'm not like really strict, like they are allowed stuff when we go out, and I just mean day to day I like for them to have as little sugar and crap as possible. These are the best vitamins I found on the market. They are Tonic Health. If you don't follow him, he is absolutely fantastic on Instagram. He shows you lots of different swaps, but he's done vitamins for kids, which I love. These are for age 3 to 12. They're like the gummies. My kids absolutely love them. They're just like the gummies. I've just got to read the back. But they come in a few different flavours as well. So this is my kids' favourite ones. I think they're strawberry. But they've literally like no added sugar, no artificial sweeteners, no artificial colours or flavours, no nuts, no dairy, no GMO. Like, they're just fantastic. I think it can be really hard sometimes as a parent to try and find stuff with less stuff in. So yeah, wanted to recommend them. My kids literally like, can we have another one? So they take 2 gummies a day. Yeah, it's just full of all the good stuff. It's great. And they were on offer the other day, but they're probably not by the time this goes out. But yeah, get them from Amazon, Boots. So yeah, they're great.
Cool, love that. Right, let's do a little confession of the week, honeys. Sorry, laughing to myself. I told my situationship I couldn't come over because I was too tired. Truth was, I'd already had an orgasm alone and didn't see the point in driving across town.
Independent woman.
Love that. I hope it was love, honey. Advent calendar. Yeah. Right, guys, let's finish with an affirmation of the week.
I am not afraid to feel uncomfortable feelings. I'm not afraid of those feelings of, loneliness, feeling like I'm never going to meet anyone, I'm going to be on my own forever. It's really important we don't run away from those things. We don't distract, we don't put plasters on, we don't seek external validation or company just to avoid experiencing a certain feeling. Sit in those uncomfortable feelings, feel what you need to. It's going to push you through the other side and really accelerate your healing.
Amen to that. And on that note, we hope you have a lovely week, and we'll see you next week. Love you, bye.